Hi, it's Kelly Ray. I was kind of just pondering what to talk about today, and I remembered one of my favorite conversations from a meeting we just had about follow-ups. I wanted to talk about that, and I found a Forbes article that I really loved with some stats to sort of back it up for those of you who are looking for that credibility piece. I know a lot of you are like me and you're like, where's the research on this? So I want to talk about wasting leads, particularly internet leads. So if you got a contact form on your website, or you've got any sort of way that people can contact you on social media, this could apply to you, and I know that's all of you. So you might have heard me say before, Grant Cardone mentioned a statistic, 84% of sales are done between the 5th and 12th follow-up. And then this Forbes article talks about 71% on average of internet leads are being wasted because companies are taking on average 46 hours and 53 minutes to pick up the phone and respond to a lead. And when they do that, they only make 1.3 call attempts on average before giving up. So if 84% of sales are done between the 5th and 12th follow-up, and you're only following up once or twice, anything less than 5, you're missing out on a ton of business. And I know in many different industries, with the clients that I work with here in town and across Canada, we have created a competitive advantage just with follow-up and responding to leads. So I remember one company we worked with, we did a competitive analysis and we realized that nobody was answering their phone during the busy season. It was almost too easy. So all we did was hire someone for minimum wage to answer the phone. And they completely smashed their budget for the year because nobody else was answering the phone. So that's the simplest way. Answer your phone, respond to your social media, as soon as possible. But also don't give up so easily. So knowing that 84% of sales are done between the 5th and 12th follow-up, create a follow-up system. And I think a lot of people don't do follow-up because they feel salesy or they feel pushy. Or I think the last client said she felt, I want to say greasy was the word. So I get this. Nobody wants to be a salesperson. No one wants to be pushy. But I truly, over the years in business, have come to see follow-up as a service. Because I don't know about you, but I get really busy and sometimes I forget about the things that I want. So when I get a reminder email that says, oops, you left this in your cart, oh my gosh, I really did want to buy that thing, or I would have missed my husband's birthday, because I forgot that I was about to buy that. Or what else have I gotten a follow-up about? Oh my gosh, aesthetics appointments. So if you're like, oh yes, I will follow up to book, to get your nails done or your hair done, and you forget to book it, but then you have some great big event and you're like, oh, I need to get in last minute, but because you have a good hairdresser who's always busy, you can't get in. So if they had called you and said, hey, you said you were gonna call to rebook, but you haven't, can I book you in now? That's a service, especially if it's a place that has very little availability. So if you have trouble getting in somewhere and they offer you pre-booking, I'm sure that most of you agree with me and you see that as a service. You want to be able to book those preferred times. So oftentimes you can sort of shift that paradigm if you just put yourself in their shoes, but you also want to brainstorm with your staff and really have them come around to the idea of follow-up as a service. Especially today when people are seeing over 3,000 different confusing messages per day between all the different media that's coming at us. People need to be reminded. And that statistic alone, 84% of sales are being done between the 5th and 12th follow-up. If you don't follow up, you're just leaving the business out there and you're underserving your clients. Your clients need service, and part of that service is the follow-up. So like that Forbes article said, on average, people aren't getting back to their internet leads before like 2 days, and when they do get back to them, they're only following up usually 1.3 times on average. So don't be average, be better than average. Create a follow-up procedure. We just created a follow-up procedure today with one of my favorite clients, and we talked about step 1 being an email, step 2 being an email with a video attached, step 3 being an email with a link, step 4 being a text, and step 5 being a phone call. And each one is worded in a very service-oriented way. Here's a link to online booking. You said that you wanted us to follow up. If we don't hear from you in a couple days, we will give you a phone call to help you book online. It's very service-oriented. It's not pushy. And also remember, with emails, I don't know about you guys, but actually I read a stat today. I think it said on average, everyone deletes 46% of their emails without reading them every day. So I know that for me, there are a lot of people who I'm on their email list, and I might not necessarily read their emails every time I get them, but I don't unsubscribe. because I still want to hear from them. And that'll be the same with a lot of your clients. So let's say that you are a service where you book people in for appointments and you send them 5 email follow-ups. They might book on that 5th email follow-up. Or if there's somebody that needs, I just saw Eva jump on. Sorry, Eva, I'm going to use you here. If people need insurance, like let's say they need insurance on a new vehicle and they forget and you don't follow up and they crash. How much of a disservice have you done them by not following up? So really have those conversations with your team and just get them to paint the picture, get them to talk about the scenario where you are providing the service of follow-up rather than feeling like you're a salesperson. Because really, if you don't follow up, I feel like you're letting your clients down. And you're also gonna have a heck of a time trying to hit your goals if you're not following up because, like I said, 84% of sales done between the 5th and 12th follow-up. And on average, you guys are only following up one time and it's 2 days later. So follow up faster and follow up more frequently. I know that'll help you guys, so I hope you implement it and I hope you're having a great week so far.